white man is not.
Well, regardless, this stuff's going on, and I want no part of it. And I know that 99% of the whites I know want no part of it. But people have trouble.
Well, then here's what we can do. You have one of the best shows in this country. We can unite to call for the review of the U.S. Special Virus Program. Is that something you yourself are willing to commit to? Review the U.S. Special Virus Program and begin the clinical trials of the patented cure for AIDS. So as we say, where do we go from here?
Well, I certainly, Dr. Graves, have reviewed the development of it. It's in all these different documents, State Department documents. It's all there that they developed this and are using it. But, again, huge things get hidden in plain view. I mean, as for treatments, I know there's quite a few of them out there, and I'm not even here debating all that. My bigger issue is...
Alex, you are not hidden. You are one of the most exposed radio talk show hosts in the world. With your help here today, the people who listen to you and who know that you bring the truth, go to BoydGraves.com, download the flowchart document. It is our petition calling card for the jury of the world, sir, for review of this U.S. special program and for the beginning of the immediate clinical trials of the patented Tetrasil cure for AIDS by the United States. We led this program today with that patent number, 5676977. Here are our action items for solving and ending AIDS. The talk is now it is time for the walk and the fight.
Well, I agree with you, and I'm going to give you time to go over the solution today, sir, and I want to spend some time on that. But for my audience and even myself, let's start at the beginning then, just in a nutshell if you can, condense it. Because everywhere I look, it's the Rockefellers developing viruses to spread them.
Let me address that. What you are talking about are the underpinnings of why, indeed, there were secret societies in and of themselves even so long ago. That underneath this whole whirlwind of what we call spin and a world was this mental ideology, and I call it inferiority, of the Caucasoid race to indeed plot, to plan, to figure out the difference between these people and us as they have done so biologically and have acted on it. And it all goes back to this long-standing secret society, them versus us mentality that the white man and woman, per se, has engaged in only because, sir, of the tilt of the playing field.
Well, let me expand on that. The secret societies, the New World Order, all they are is the ancient intelligence agencies to guard knowledge. They always thought they were... Let me just finish, though. They always thought they were better than everybody, even if they were Roman and it was other Romans, or if it was Germans. So I agree that it's all about elitism, and so, of course, then that will flow out and into people who are other than non-white.
But my friend, it extends itself to who has the power and the control, i.e. the modern intelligence societies are of the highest order, all a mixture of the Project Paperclip importation of the Nazi science and ideology, nothing more and nothing less.
But as you said, this goes back over 100 years,
well, let's go back to 1843 when we discovered that it is the tobacco plant, the tobacco mosaic virus, as the grandmother of HIV and AIDS.
Go over it.
Sir?
Yeah, go ahead and go over it.
Well, again, they discovered in 1843 the mycoplasma. Indeed, we find mycoplasmas have been transferred from plant to animal to human. The HIV enzyme is a mycoplasma with a sheep sequences from Iceland, my friend. How does a disease that comes out of Africa have sheep sequences from Iceland? The Visna virus, V-I-S-N-A, has 28% of the sequences of HIV and AIDS. Yet this government perpetrates that some African and some monkey, some Haitian and somebody and somebody. No, indeed, all of this has been done in the laboratory, sir. And that's what that flowchart document proves, that it was by design and purpose. We need to address this issue.
But please continue. How they developed the whole biological weapons program, because it's older than most people know.
Well, it's truly that it's older, but what we're saying, so it's that the general principle here is that it is aimed at people of color. They're predicting the next AIDS virus, Alex, by the year 2012, coming through the air like your chemtrails, based on your hair color and your eye color, triggering a faster kind of AIDS like SARS, like avian flu.
No, I agree. And notice that Dr. Eric Pianka, UT, says he can't wait for the airborne virus that's going to wipe everybody out.
Well, so the airborne virus is a result of the aerobiology programs of the United States of America. If the people review the aerobiology programs of the United States of America, we'll see indeed the ethnic nature of some of the chemtrails that you so highly speak of yourself. The chemtrails are just a portion of the aerobiology. Indeed, if they can blow it through the air, it's a whole lot easier than tearing down the skyscrapers, sir.
Sure. It's airborne. I hear you. So bring me to the point of when you discovered that you supposedly had AIDS, and then you start researching and you find these government documents.
Yes, sir. 15 years ago. And I hate digressing to this extent because we're so forward-thinking in how we're going to approach it.
I understand, but it's important to give folks the background here.
Yeah, sure. Well, you know, all of that's on the website. The background is the future, sir. The cure for AIDS is U.S. patent number 5676977. Personally, Alex, I took it 6 years ago. November 19, 2001. This is my 6th anniversary on the one dose of the AIDS cure, patent number 5676977.
Yeah, but you've already had it years before that. So that's another issue.
Yes, sir. They tried to kill me.
Is that people die so quickly in Africa, but they don't here?
Well, you know, we're not talking about the beginning of the pandemic anymore, sir. This is my 15th year. Back when I was diagnosed, whether it was a false positive or not, I'm willing to debate. But when you were given that diagnosis in 1992, sir, you only had a year and a half to live. It is all by design. It shows the true, as you say, evil inherent nature of a false government with a curtain of AIDS. But we are now waking up from the poppy fields of HIV and AIDS. The people are now seeing the evidence and assessing it for themselves. The whole world is a jury. The people that were rogues, the trilateral government here in the United States, they simply cannot win. The people can read, and the people are reacting and understanding. We are awakening from the poppy field.
No, I understand. People are awakening, and I am seeing that. I mean, most people you talk to on the street, it's common knowledge, but they can't tell you why they know. They just heard that AIDS was manufactured in a lab. I mean, back in the 80s, back in the early 80s, Frank Zappa said it was engineered.
Well, with your help, sir, there was a parallel program that was ongoing at the time. The science papers reflect that. I'd be happy to,
let's go over the documents and then talk about the solution.
But we give the citations and the references. A 1971 paper called Special Virus Cancer Program, Travails of a Biological Moonshot. Anyone can Google it. Will show that indeed viruses were created under this special virus program in their own time frame. Now, as we review and trying to look back, we know what we're looking for. The ESP-1 virus created by the United States is a synthetic biological agent that was created that is now we call HIV. It is the ESP-1 virus that is HIV.
And how do they make this virus? What's it made up of?
Well, again, it's the MD Anderson report within Progress Report number 8 of 1971. How it's made is, I guess, a pleural effusion is something, and I'm not a scientist per se. I'm just a person that has read some of the documentation and tried to regurgitate it if you would. But something called a pleural effusion from a 5-year-old black child in Texas.
Okay, explain that to me.
Yes, sir. The virus particle was isolated in a 5-year-old black child in Texas, then developed into the HIV enzyme or the HIV virus as we know it by that name. But it was shipped to Pfizer, the vaccine developer Pfizer, and that's in the progress reports too. What these progress reports show are a narrative, detailed explanation of how every experiment connects and fits with every other experiment and every contract of the development of the ESP-1 virus.